Hey man, who knew that such a smooth plugin could cause so much static on the internet?
I published a video and called Baby Audio out for making a product that, well, wasn't really finished.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Wavy Wayne from wavywayne.com. And if you don't know yet, this channel is all about helping you to record and mix better and faster. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, turn that notification bell on, and drop down in the comments and let me know that you are Wavy Seals. Let's get it. What the hell am I talking about, man? So Baby Audio is a plugin company. They fairly new and they starting to make a name for themselves, especially with a new plugin that they have called the Smooth Operator. All right. Now, White Sea Studios, you know, this YouTuber who does a bunch of snake oil videos, pretty dope videos, I will say. You know, I like his stuff. He jumped on and really went in on the Smooth Operator plugin.
The claim on their website, what is it here? Creative expression. Yeah, that's what they're doing here. This is not surgical. I mean, if I would normally cut 100 hertz in this case, then I make a 100 hertz cut. I'm not creating extra harmonics to it. So yeah, we're cutting 100 hertz, but you're also getting like the whole shebang in harmonics. What the heck is happening here?
Since that initial video, there has been an update to the Smooth Operator plugin, which improves the harmonics and just makes it a better overall experience. But, you know, I don't want to get up in nobody else's beef because this video ain't about that. I just want to really see, does the Smooth Operator plugin work? Does it have a purpose in my vocal chain? And how would I use it? And not just my vocal chain, it can be used on guitars, it can be used on keyboards, it can be used over your entire mix. So let's just check it out, right? First of all, let's just shout out Sweetwater for sponsoring this video. Yes, they sponsored this video, but they cannot sponsor my opinion. So get that in your head. And yes, I am a Sweetwater affiliate. So using my affiliate link down in that description will not cost you anything more, but it will show me that you do love your boy and you love these tips I'm dropping on you. So this plugin says it's your one-stop shop for cleaner, clearer mixes. Picture this scenario. You just worked out the final parts of your newest masterpiece and have meticulously tracked every instrument to perfection. Maybe, you know, maybe you rushed some of the stuff, okay? Let's just be honest. You're ready to hear your creation, but as soon as you press play, something sounds off. Signal balances everywhere seem to be out of whack, causing a less than stellar final product that's lacking in both clarity and presence. With Baby Audio's Smooth Operator Intelligent Spectral Balancer plugin, balance issues are a thing of the past. By using a suite of adaptive EQs and compressors, this ultra powerful plugin analyzes your signal in real time and adjusts accordingly to maintain the integrity of each instrument and vocal part you work so hard to craft. Its simple to use interface consists of a horizontal frequency response curve that increases in effect as you drag it down, with individual nodes to fine-tune your frequency balance. Once you hone in on the problem areas, Smooth Operator's focus slider will allow you to adjust exactly how precise you like the effect to be. Sweetwater producers and sound engineers are raving about the crystal clear sound achieved with Smooth Operator. It's a fantastic tool for guitars, drums, vocals, and any audio source in need of signal optimization. So they really selling it there. But again, I need to see, man. So let's take a look at these bullet point features because you know I love to check these out. Because it's so simple, man. It's just saying that it's just so easy and simple to use. It's intelligent. Is it smarter than me is what I want to know, okay? Spectral balancing plugin for cleaning up and balancing audio tracks. Now, what does that mean? I guess if you have some frequencies out of whack, right? Instead of grabbing the EQ or grabbing a multi-band compressor, this plugin acts as like a combination of both. It's EQ and compression in once and allowing you to intelligently shape up your tracks, okay? It's a suite of adaptive EQs and compressors working real time to clean up your signals. Simple to use interface consists of adjustable frequency response curves and tweakable nodes to pinpoint exact problem areas. Focus slider sets how precise you want the effect to work. So let's just go ahead in my session, take a look at this $39 plug-in right now as it stands and see how it works, okay? So I have a session, I have a track that I'm working on, and, you know, honestly, I just feel like I had to find this one because I feel like it does have a little bit of annoying frequencies happening in this vocal, especially I tend to get that pulled out when you're using like a really heavy auto-tune sound. That annoying kind of piercingness kind of really makes itself known in the mix. So I'm going to play a snippet of this track that I'm working on for y'all, and then we're gonna go ahead and put that smooth operator plugin on there and see what it do. Let's just listen to what we got so far.
Yeah. I'm screaming, say less, you gotta pay the cost to be the boss, so I'm gonna pay that. I was the brokest nigga in my clique, that shit was crazy. My partner looking at me like, CB, bro, where your cake at? A nigga down bad, but believe me, I'm gonna shake back. Now I'm spinning crack like I was brought up in the 80s. This started as a hobby, but now I need them to pay me.
All right, so y'all hearing that. You're hearing that there's a little bit of raspiness going on. And of course, there's multiple ways we could approach this, but we are going to go ahead and insert the smooth operator plugin. I'm just going ahead and search for it. And here it is, man. All right, so again, you see this plugin's interface is really simple, really clean, and you know I like it, man. I don't like to open up a plugin and it got 3,000 knobs and buttons and controls on it, because then I just get lost and I don't know what to do, okay? Now, one thing I do like about this plugin is that you can size the window however you want to. So, you know, if you really want to blow that thing up, you can. That's pretty tight. And it also got these different colors that you can rock with in different colors. Now, why? Is this going to change the effect of the audio? I don't know, but it's definitely fun to be able to just customize your skins. It's kind of like Fortnite, right? I always tell my son this when he playing Fortnite, and he like spending a lot of times on choosing what skins he gonna rock with before he actually jumps into the game. I'm like, bro, is that gonna make you better? No, but it is cool though. All right. So now that we have our color chosen, all right, across here, you see you can load presets. You can jump into any of these other presets that they have. So let's say, you know, all these different joints, man. I'm gonna start with the clean start though and just work on this myself. You can even export presets. I guess that's what that one is gonna do for you. All right. If you click on the baby audio buttons on either side at the top, this is gonna be a click-free bypass. You know, sometimes if you hit that main bypass button, it could cause like a little static or a little click in there when it's going on and off. If you want a seamless bypass, which I often recommend that you use the bypass to actually make sure that you are enhancing the signal, that what you're doing you like, and you're not just being fooled, right? And I even like to, you know, turn the bypass on and off when my eyes closed. A lot of times it's an extra tip. Go ahead and hit the like button for this tip. When you doing something, right? Close your eyes, hit the bypass button on and off several times so you don't know whether it's bypass or unbypass, right? Especially for subtle things like this. And then you can see whether you like it before or after, and if you can tell whether it's bypass or unbypass. Okay, maybe I'm just crazy, but I think that works sometimes for me, because sometimes we have that expectation bias where we think just because I'm moving some knobs and changing some controls, I'm hearing what I'm doing, and sometimes you're not. Sometimes you got the EQ on the wrong track. I digress. All right, so we got some other controls here. This high res mode, I think this is what was added in this latest update of the smooth operator plugin, and it helped to reduce some of the harmonics that you would get when using kind of extreme settings with this plugin. So we're gonna keep that on in high res mode. You can also use this to side chain stuff and get really precise. And after you make a bunch of changes, you can just hit this little reset button to reset everything back to its default positions. All right. As you working, you can also solo each different band. Right. So as you, well, you know, kind of bands, right? So it has these 4 nodes, I should say, right? You got this middle one that adjusts the threshold, right? If it's all the way up, nothing is going to be affected, right? It's going to be affected less. And as you bring the threshold down, this is going to cause more processing to the signal. So if you grab this one in the middle, that's going to be overall, but you can also grab individual nodes and affect those as well. So, you know, that is that part, right? And of course the solo, as you are adjusting or clicking on any of these nodes, solo will solo those nodes out. Focus is, think about that as kind of like the bandwidth of each of the nodes as you are processing. And then the output is the output. And then you have a choice of metering, whether it's going to be peak meter or RMS. All right. So that's the overview of the plugin. Now let's go ahead and see how it actually works. So let's solo this vocal and see what is the issue, or what are the issues that we're having. Let me just take a listen again.
I'm screaming, say less, you gotta pay the.
All right, so let me actually bring this up some so that we're not affecting anything, because again, as soon as the signal crosses this threshold, it is being processed, okay? And you can see kind of the amount of processing from the top. There's a little graphic that shows, you know, audio at the top, so it shows how it's kind of doing the compression, doing the equalization at the top part of the plugin.
I'm screaming, say less, you gotta pay the cost to be the boss, and I'm gonna pay that. I was the brokest nigga in my clique, that shit was crazy. My partner looking at me like, CB, bro, where your cake at? A nigga down bad, but
all right, so for me, it's gonna be up in this, you know, upper mid range kind of thing. But let's just play with this, plug in a little bit and just see what kind of shapes we can get as I start to shape this and see. All right.
I'm screaming, say less, you gotta pay the cost to be the boss, and I'm gonna pay that. I was the brokest nigga in my clique, that shit was crazy. My partner looking at me like, CB, bro, where your cake at? A nigga down bad, but believe me, I'm gonna shake back. Now I'm spitting crack like I was brought up in the 80s. This started as a hobby, but now I need them to pay me.
Okay, you know what, let's mute this. And let's turn this delay off for now too.
I'm screaming, say less, you gotta pay the cost to be the boss, and I'm gonna pay that. I was the brokest nigga in my clique, that shit was crazy. My partner looking at me like, CB, bro, where your cake at? A nigga down bad, but believe me, I'm gonna shake back. Now I'm spitting crack like I was brought up in the 80s. This started as a hobby, but now I need them to pay me. I'm waiting in the lobby, valet gonna bring the Mercedes, meeting with some A&Rs. Them niggas was talking crazy. I see I paid the goofy, so why would you try to play me? Cause this is how I eat and trust. I do that on the daily. Put me in a situation, I'm rising to the occasion, but all this anticipation is weighing down on my patience.
All right, so pretty cool. Now let's go ahead and try to do some detailed work here. I'm gonna just solo this, and as I am sweeping through the area, like the high mid-range frequencies, and trying to find where I want to do some reduction at, let's just listen to it as it solos.
I'm screaming, say less, you
know what, bring this whole threshold up.
I'm screaming, say less, you gotta pay the cost to be the boss, so I'm gonna pay that. I was the brokest nigga in my clique, that shit was crazy. My partner looking at me like, CB, bro, where your cake?
All right, so right here around 2500 hertz, it's just seeming like that's where some of that harshness is living for me.
I'm screaming, say less, you gotta pay the cost to be the boss.
So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and lower the threshold in that section so it gets more processed in that area.
I'm screaming, say less, you gotta pay the cost to be the boss, so I'm gonna pay the.
Oh, I like the fact too that you can just hover over a section to hear it when you're soloing, and you can use your mouse scroll wheel to actually adjust the cue. Nice.
I'm screaming, say less, you gotta pay the cost to be the boss, so I'm gonna pay that. I was the brokest nigga in my clique, that shit was crazy. My partner looking at me like.
All right, I think that actually is working. Let's hear something on this kind of lower mids that we can clean up too.
I'm screaming, say less, you gotta pay the cost to be the boss, so I'm gonna pay that. I was the brokest nigga in my clique, that shit was crazy. My partner looking at me like, CB, bro, where your cake at? Nigga down bad, but believe me, I'm gonna shake back. I was brought up in the 80s. This started as a hobby, but now I need them to pay me. I'm waiting in the lobby, valet gonna bring the Mercedes, meeting with some A&Rs. Them niggas.
Okay, so that definitely sounds a lot smoother and cleaner. We cleaned up that low mid range. We kind of cleaned up that top end too. Let's hear this in context.
I'm screaming, say less, you gotta pay the cost to be the boss, so I'm gonna pay that. I was the brokest nigga in my clique, that shit was crazy. My partner looking at me like, CB, bro, where your cake at? A nigga down bad, but believe me, I'm gonna shake back. Now I'm spitting crack like I was brought up in the 80s. This started as a hobby, but now I need them to pay me. I'm waiting in the lobby, valet gonna bring the Mercedes, meeting with some A&Rs. Them niggas was talking crazy. I see I pay the goofy, so why would you try to play me? Cause this is how I eat and trust. I do that on the daily. Put me in a situation, I'm rising to the occasion, but all this anticipation is weighing down on my patience. I'm just an.
All right, I think I really like how that really smoothed that vocal out a little bit. Let's try something else, man. I'm gonna actually put this plugin over on my mix bus, on my master fader here, and process the entire mix with this plugin. So let's go to Smooth Operator. Okay, cool. And of course, it starts off with that pink, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go to the green, you know. And let's listen to what it's doing over the overall mix.
I'm screaming, say less. You gotta pay the cost to be the boss, so I'm gonna pay that. I was the brokest nigga in my clique. That shit was.
So one thing I probably want to do here is kind of maybe even start to play with the shape of the mix that I want. Like, you know, I want to really control those highs. I don't really want to touch my lows that much. So, and maybe I want to kind of dip in the low mids a little bit and maybe kind of have a little bit of a frequency response curves that looks something like this. So let's play with this and see how this sounds with the track.
I'm screaming, say less. You gotta pay the cost to be the boss, so I'm gonna pay that. I was the brokest nigga in my clique. That shit was crazy. My partner looking at me like, CB, bro, where your cake at? A nigga down bad, but believe me, I'm gonna shake back. Now I'm spinning crack like I was brought up in the 80s. This started as a hobby, but now I need them to pay me. I'm waiting in the lobby, valet gon' bring the Mercedes. Meeting with some A&Rs, them niggas was talking crazy. I see I pay the goofy, so why would you try to play me? Cause this is how I eat and trust, I do that on the daily. Put me in a situation, I'm rising to the occasion. But all this anticipation is weighing down on my patience. I'm just another patient that's trying to live on vacation. That's some millions in my savings for them days that it start raining. Do what I wanna do without needing the explanation. Ended that conversation, moolah my only language.
Okay, that actually works on shaping up and cleaning up that mid-range of this mix and really kind of just taming everything a little bit better.
I'm screaming, say less. You gotta pay the cost to be the boss, so I'm gonna pay that. I was the brokest nigga in my clique. That shit was crazy. My partner looking at me like, CB, bro, where your cake at? A nigga down bad, but believe me, I'm gonna shake back. Now I'm spinning crack like I was brought up in the 80s. This started as a hobby, but now I need them to pay me. I'm waiting in the lobby, valet gon' bring the Mercedes. Meeting with some A&Rs, them niggas was talking crazy. I see I pay the goofy, so why would you try to play me? Cause this is how I eat and trust, I do that on the daily. Put me in a situation, I'm rising to the occasion. But all this anticipation is weighing down on my patience. I'm just another patient that's trying to live on vacation. That's some millions in my savings for them days that it start raining.
Oh yeah, man. And just that quick, just that easy, we have changed the tonal balance of our mix pretty easily, man. And the vocal, you can really try this out on anything. So I want to know what's y'all opinion of the Smooth Operator plugin. Drop down in the comments below. Is this something that you think you will be using? I think the ease of use for me is definitely going to add this to my list of plugins to go to, especially to remove harshness and resonant frequencies from a mix or a vocal or any other thing that I might record. I'm Wavy Wayne from wavywayne.com. Don't forget to check out the website and check the description down below for my affiliate link so you can help support this channel. All right, be dope.